I hosted a pros versus amateurs charity competition in TrackMania 2020, the world's most competitive online racing game, but it's also the most wholesome online community I have ever seen. Pros weren't allowed to train at all. Amateurs trained for a month, and when they came together, it was actually reasonably competitive. The way the scoring system works is you get points based on how you placed in a round. There's 6 maps. We do 5 rounds on each map, and when you get to a certain threshold, you become a finalist. Finalists aren't allowed to get any more points, and if you win as a finalist, you get the next available podium position. The idea is that amateurs build up points early on and make it life as difficult as possible for the pros. As you might expect, pros are probably going to win, so 4 people get prizes. You got first and second place overall, and then as well, best amateur and second best amateur are also guaranteed cash prizes. But it's a charity competition. Where's the charity come into this, I hear you asking? Well, my very astute observer, when you sign up, you have to present a charity that you will be representing, and whoever wins first overall, all of the charity pool goes to their charity of choice. To start off, I see both the charity and the prize pools with $30. $30 going to charity, $30 going to players, and wow, our tiny community was able to raise a decent amount of money to go to an awesome charity. As well, I got one of my favorite casters involved, Quantum Death Cat. He's awesome, love him to death, and it was an absolute blast being able to talk to him and cast right alongside him. Let's get to it. All right.
Someone says there is no room.
I don't see the password. Mystery. Gosh dang it. I'm so sorry, guys. This has been an absolute mess.
Oh, man. Should
But
we
I
just
think
put it in Twitch chat?
Twitch chat?
I could just put it in Twitch chat.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. I guess we're starting.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
guys
Quantum
get
Death
this
Cat.
one.
All right, guys. This is it. We're going. Thank you for the follow, Quantum Death Cat. And we got Jakoi, Paco, and Wallages out front early, but nobody quite understands the first jump. Hotco out in front. Anarchy CrzyMan Cup doesn't work. It's all good. It's all good. Here, I'll paste the password. Join. Just do it. It's a mess, but guys, it's a freaking fun cup. I don't know what you're expecting. Oh, Mystery doesn't know where to go. We got 8 seconds left. OMG, repetition points is so bad. It'll be okay. It'll be all good. 5 rounds per map. Yep. All right. Seems like everybody kind of understands what's going on.
I'm joining in.
Got Nightlight
in just a
out.
second.
Nightlight
Yeah,
out in front.
Nightlight has an absolute god start.
Freaking awesome. And you know, one nice kid, he hasn't been here before, and he's already out in the front as well. Lars having some good times as well. And now it's doing well. You're up in the front of the pack.
Alcon's struggling so far.
But it's about what you expected. The best players are the ones who are out in the front. Nightlight, Lingo, Lars. All some of the best people we have already.
Yeah. And it's not too surprising to think about, because don't forget, right? These guys come in 2 minutes into Cup of the Day, right? And they already have a top 10 time, right? Even though they might not have played the map whatsoever, and there's plenty of people who've played the Cup of the Day map during the testing phase and all that. Plenty of these players know exactly what they're doing when they're playing. They're, They're looking out and, on the first run. They're trying to figure out what the perfect line is and where to go and all that. And afterwards, it's the next run. It's just a very clean run that they try and accomplish. As right now we see the third round being back underway, and there's a 5-way fight at the front, as that one is now led by Jakoi. As will he land the water? No, he won't. He will lead for the rest as people just keep on falling off left, right, and center. He is way out in the league of his own for this last 2 checkpoints here. Oh, he goes a bit wide. Will he hit the checkpoint? No, but he needs a big slowdown now. Allow Lars and Nightlight through, and Nightlight will snipe Lars right at the end. So will Walgen, and that is your top 3.
Very good. They're suggesting that we change the partitions for the points, and I have absolutely no clue the way in which we should do so. points rep is weird, not gonna lie. Point distribution is crazy. I agree. I left it as the default.
I don't know how to help you there. Does anyone know how to do the points distribution thing?
Because I don't. The limit for the finalist mode is actually 200 points. So it's relatively high compared to where you would normally see it for this kind of a cup.
Right. And plus, that only top 5 really get a lot of points. I mean, it could be weird for a few of these guys, as Nightlight has a big issue there. He will not win this one out. Elcon and Zyrel in the lead. Lingo, though, going for a more inside line, he'll get himself into second place. Lars overtaking Zyrel as well. And so you find yourself with Elcon, Lingo, and Lars as your current podium. But let's see if anyone crashes at the end. Lingo goes a little bit wide. He'll go down. Oh, Lars! He clips out, and Fuber gets into third place. Elcon wins by a country mile, over a second in front of Lingo. Fuber in third. And that is some very nice times out of these players. But Elcon especially finding himself with a very nice time. Top 5 getting anywhere above 1 point. But everyone below that only getting 1. And this looks like the point system that Formula 1 used in the, well, before the 2000s.
I have no clue. But it seems like Elcon is really doing well. Holy cow.
I mean, it's Elcon, right? What do you
I mean, what can you expect? But we've got a couple of pros in here. We've got Speed Self, we've got Lars, we've got Elcon, we've got some really high-level racers in here today, and I'm really excited about that.
I do agree. We have very good players. Jacoya, so a nice little Walgen as well. That's it here. Very good players
But
all around.
Elcon really struggles with the big jump. He doesn't have found the line yet.
Yeah, he just bonked extra hard and lost all of his opportunity there. Lingo out in front, and Lars is probably going to come in second, but Nightlight's going to give him a run for his money. Whew. 0.037 apart. Goodness gracious. Second and third are really competitive. Holy cow.
Yeah, not much separating both of them. And, I mean, Elcon last time around won with a 38.2, and Belingo got himself second place with a 39.3, I believe. So it was really, really far away. That's now a fifth place. So these players are starting to learn the map a little bit more, getting more and more consistent. By the time that they've learned it, it's already the next map.
Exactly. And that is entirely the point of the CrzyMan Cup. It's going to be a brand new reset for all of these pros. They're going to have no clue, and yes, it's the ice map. This is going to be really interesting to watch because the pros are going to have a severe advantage here because they are incredibly good at ice. And then the amateurs, they've just been training like nobody's business.
Right. And, well, now on an ice map, right? I mean, well, let's see, because Belingo's really, really good on ice. And,
oh, yeah.
Well,
oh, yes.
I do love me some ice. I've taken some ice lessons from Belingo because, well, we're both Canadians. We give each other a little bit of love, right?
Love to see it.
You love to see it. So, can you explain to everyone who's here who does not know what the Crazy Cup is or what it really is based off of, why you made it, to explain it to them?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I completely forgot to do that earlier. Guys, the CrzyMan Cup is a charity pro-am race where we get as many pros and as many amateurs as we can to come together. The pros aren't allowed to train at all. They're coming into this relatively blind. You can see a lot of people who are pretty good. They're flying off the map right now. And you can see everybody up here who's finishing. These are all people who have already seen this map. They've been training for a solid month to try and get the best possible time and give the pros as much of a headache as they can possibly manage. Now, the trick is that the pros are going to have as little opportunity here to gain an understanding on the map. And that's the whole point. So,
and that's very true. These players, it's going to be very tough, right? Because it's an amateur versus pro, as you said, right?
Oh, Elcon with an early bonk.
Oh, already.
And, oh, man, that is rough for him. I saw Belingo, though, getting himself a 28 in practice. So let's see what he can do here. Let's see if Speed Self, Nightlight, Belingo... it seems like all these guys are in the lead right now. Fuber as well in there, along with Potku heading into the ending. They're all inside of each other. Nightlight will win.
Cow.
Potku gets second. Lingo gets third, and Fuber gets fourth. All of these guys were practically inside of each other, and just a better line from Nightlight right at the end.
And they've all got author time.
Yeah.
They've already beat author time. That's insane.
And it's only from world record so far.
Oh,
Goodness.
can Laugh finish? Oh, he does finish right at the end there.
Very good.
Oh, wow. So we see plenty of amazing players too. I don't know if you want to scroll down here, pressing tab and scrolling down, right? You've got some pros, sure. But you also have plenty of great other players who are in here just for the fun of it. Teiko comes to mind as a player that I know. One nice kitty I saw during TAO as well. Chicken Run. Plenty of well-known players who are in and around the community, and well-known players that are in here to have some fun to play the Crazy Cup, as we're already at the end of the lap, and Jakoi goes for a 28-5. Very beautiful time out of Jakoi. He wins the round very convincingly. 2 players with 28s this round.
Exactly. And then, guys, very exciting news. We've got a prize pool and a charity pool. But the prize pool is split in 2. So the prize pool consists of first and second place getting $10 and $5 respectively. And the best and second best amateur will also be getting $10 and $5 respectively. And thanks to Speed Self, he's donated $20 to the charity pool. We are now up to $50. Everyone here is racing for a charity, and whoever gets first place, their charity will be getting the entirety of the charity pool.
Oh, that's really sick. That is extremely generous of these players. That's also extremely generous of you. Elcon finds
Woo,
himself
Jakoi also making a nasty bonk on that CP, that last one.
Yeah, so we see all these players going for different lines, and we can see them trying out different things. But just like you trying out a charity option as a second prize pool, and that's actually really cool to see, because you don't see that very often, especially in TrackMania, where mostly the prize pool goes to the players, right? Not a charity event. So it's very nice that this like half charity event and half player event, where they get a bit of the prize pool, but also their charity gets a majority of it.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I wanted to come into this with. You know, we are a wholesome community here, the CrzyMan community. We're all about building the most wholesome community possible, and a lot of that has to do with giving. And so I'm trying to get more events in, especially ones that are involving doing nice charity things for people, but also giving them an opportunity to win some money themselves. And who we got? Belingo out in front, doing a great job as usual. Fuber as well. And Jakoi. Beautiful turn. Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be close.
These guys are gonna find a way to get a 27. Just watch this. These guys are gonna figure out a way to get a 27. If they can get everything right on this last round, we will surely see a 27, because we saw a 28-5. But there are 3 big turns, and if you can nail all 3 of them, I'm sure that we could see someone in the very low 28s.
Oh my goodness. One nice kitty with a beautiful honk there.
Little honk that we've been hearing a lot around here because of I don't know if you've heard about the trucking situation out here in Canada, but big protests, and a lot of truckers are honking their horns, as a nice kitty was doing there as well. Lingo gets the first turn correct. He gets it very nice. Oh, he's gonna get the second one nailed as well.
Woo,
can he get the third one nailed? He's a little bit slow and he's wide, but he's still got speed. Let's see if he can nail it in the end here. Will he get the last turn perfectly, or will Walgen overtake him? Let's see it. He goes more outside. He won't get it, but look at that, the low 28.
Woo-hoo.
Oh, man, I was talking to you about it. If he got an inside line there in the last corner, that's a 27.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been a 27.
For sure. It's incredible.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow. And Belingo, that puts him solidly out in the lead. Holy cow. He's got 50 points.
He's got 51, and he's got a 10-point advantage over anyone else, being Nightlight in second. Jakoi is in third. Potku is in fourth after a nice little showing here on this wonderful ice map. Next map that's coming up here, because there are 6 maps in total, right? That means a total of 30 rounds.
It should be the Speed Tech one.
Ah, yes. Speed Tech with a bunch of mess all around it. Beautiful and just distracting enough.
This looks like a little bit of a... How could I say this? You know, like those wooden roller coasters where it's very hard to see anything? This looks like a wooden roller coaster, except it's made out of metal.
Gotcha. Yeah, but this is a... what is it? How about you tell us a little bit about the Speed Tech?
Yeah. I mean, the most important thing on the speed tech is getting the timings right, drifting where you need to drift, and the crucial part is the reactor drift on pretty much the last drift you have to do at the end of the map, because if you nail it right, it can easily shave off 3 or 4 seconds of your time.
Yep, and coming through here, this turn right here it can be the most beautiful turn. Oh my goodness, you've really outdone yourself on this one though. Whereas as long as you can nail a couple of these turns, it is insane the satisfying nature of especially this turn. Oh, Nightlight doing a great job getting up here. Nightlight is gonna really give these pros a run for their money. And you can see Fuber's already doing a great job, getting basically gold already on his first run ever.
I do believe Jacquoy and Lingo are pros though, right? Correct?
I believe they are signed up as pros.
So they have had no practice, and Nightlight is keeping up with them somewhat, right? So let's see if he could do well on this map, especially a speed tech map, which is really, really hard to get right on your first try.
Exactly.
You definitely would like more practice on it. In the older campaigns, 21 on summer and fall were really, really hard speed tech maps. They were impossible to do on your first try. And so I'm sure that we'll see really the amateurs up in the lead here, but we do see Belingo in the top 5 at the current moment. There's an issue there for Nightlight right now in the lead.
Oh, we actually have two pros, two people who haven't trained at all, both out in front.
Ooh. Yeah, Walgen and Lingo are fighting for that lead along with Zyrol. Oh, but Zyrol will win, Lingo will get second, and Walgen will hit the wall. Crazy Cat gets 4th, and Fuber gets 5th. So already we could see that the pros are understanding this map right off the bat.
Oh yeah, it's very exciting. Because that was one of the things we were trying to discuss as we were developing this cup was how many warm-ups, how long of a warm-up, how many what do they call rounds per map, how much of a timeout, and it's just one of those things where you never know how the pros are actually going to do whenever they show up. You can expect them to do super well, but how well? You know, what maps are going to give them problems? What maps aren't?
And especially shorter maps like this, where they're 30 seconds long, it's a little bit easier to come to terms with because you don't have as much to do, right? Like that ice map had 4 or 5 turns, and that's really all you needed to understand and to nail down right. So if you like ice, like a Mr. Belingo, right, then you nail it down pat. Unlike this map where you have like 15 turns, Elcon has already learned it and is gonna do a very nice 38-6.
I believe that's also the first author time we've seen from anybody this time around.
Yeah. Author time is 38.345.
Okay, so not author time yet, but that's his second, if you want to count the third run because of the warm-up. So that's Elcon's third run through this map.
No, Elcon has also, but not world record.
Oh man.
Also is 38.898, but only Belingo. No, Elcon just got it in this run.
Oh my goodness. So in his third ever run, he's already got world record, beaten the author time. Yep. That's why he is surnamed the Pro.
Exactly.
Gotten under the Pro name. There's a reason why, right? These guys are just able to play through these maps 1, 2, 3 times, right? And I already know how to do the map.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Walgen right now in the lead, and he'll keep that lead as Fisher hits into the wall, and he'll find himself down the order. Zyrol will try to overtake. He just does not have the space or the time, and 2 people get themselves author time. Actually, 3 get themselves author time. Woo. Elcon, a little bit slow for his taste, but Walgen and Zyrol right in front of him.
I'll tell you what, this one is definitely a much faster one.
Okay,
that is
Chicken Run showing us the world record time is a 38.3 by Boink. So the amateur player, I'm not too sure because I've seen
Boink is not racing. He's spectating. He trained, but he's technically at the pro level.
Oh, I see. So he's just spectating and he's enjoying what the other players can do. Okay,
exactly.
I see. I can get behind that.
Yeah,
Zyral once again in the lead. Crazy Cat, is he or she a pro? Not too
Crazy
sure,
Cat
but-
is actually an amateur that trained a lot.
Okay, so I've seen them at the top a lot recently. So let's see. Maybe this map is just one of their favorites, as Walgen really out in front by a big margin, over a quarter of a second, over Crazy
Elcon
Cat.
went flying.
And Elcon,
no.
yeah, I just saw him go flying as, Walgen is 2/10 away from world record there.
Goodness gracious.
Destroys the author time. And yeah, these guys are just so fast when they want to be. Even Speed Self up into 4th place. Nightlight is there. Lars is there. In that top 8, you see all these pros who have barely not even had that much time to get into this, and they've definitely shown off their skill.
Oh yeah, and here we go into round 5. Let's see how everyone does.
Last round of the 3rd map, so we're coming into halfway point territory of this cup when it comes to the rounds wise, right? All the rounds plus all the maps, but there is a maximum of 200 points. Is it the first person that gets finalists and wins, and is that the end of the cup, or will there?
We're going to be
like a
doing the top 3,
Okay.
just to make sure we get a little bit longer than just the first person finishing. But once we get there, we will have to take into account all of the placements for the pros and all of the amateurs, and then we'll be able to divvy out the prize and the winnings.
All right. As Elcon wins the round. Is that author time? That is author time
Yes.
by just 4,000ths of a second. Crazy Cat in 2nd position. Practicing the map does pay dividends, though, right? Getting yourself up into 2nd place, allowing yourself a little bit more life, as Nightlight is in 3rd as well. So the pros are fighting up with the amateurs. I do really like that. The pros are faltering on this map.
I love it. And here we
Especially
go.
our leader, Belingo. He lost a lot of his lead, especially to Elcon and Walgen. He fell down the order a lot. Well, didn't fall down the order, but fell down in terms of how many points he had.
Absolutely. And that, I think that really plays to his strengths on the ice map, because he was able to just get that insanely, just consistently getting 1, 2, or 3. But this time around, I think he only gained like 6 points over the entire round.
Yeah, he was not very happy on that map. He's not a tech guy, but by far. But Dirt is one of his favorites. If you'll recall, he had world record on Autumn 18, where there was the very tech W finish, if you will, with the the pool borders and all that. But yeah, he had world record on that for the longest time. So
here we go on Dirt
is
now.
some of his favorite. Dirt and ice are some of his favorite and his best surfaces. So let's see. I see a few other names I didn't shout out earlier. Knoosh is a great caster who I don't know if you've seen around, but I do like his
good friend
style of casting.
This is insane. Elcon's about to get author time, I think. This is just insane.
Off of his first try, just gonna get author time?
Oh, by the looks of
Easy does it. Let's see.
It looks
Will he
really
hit the wall?
fast.
Oh
It
my
is
gosh.
really fast.
Crazy Cat looks
And
like he's the only one to beat him.
45.670.
And that is not quite author time, but that is a very, very strong gold.
All right,
Holy
and
cow.
Crazy Cat doing that, yeah, that 0.15. So I do believe that is author time. Let's see if he can beat Elcon and anyone else in this round, as well as the warm-up is finished. And back to it we go. And already at the top, you see pros. Oh, wow, these pros are...
Speed Self. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Elcon as well. You're seeing all the pros at the front and all the amateurs in behind, despite the fact that no practice has been given to these pros. They are fighting for that lead right now. Speed Self and Zyral especially up in
Zyral
that
with a massive
lead.
bonk, though.
Yeah, Zyral go down the order. Belingo takes that lead. Knoosh is in 3rd. Oh, as that's Belingo hitting the wall, and Elcon, he's looking for that author time. He's going to wiggle on the sand, trying to get as much time as he can. He'll get 1st place, but Lars will get 2nd as well. Look at that, Elcon with a 45.2.
Holy cow. And
places
top...
3 to 5. Really, really close.
Goodness gracious, it's an incredibly close map. And then as well, Kanaush was actually training on this, so I expect him and Crazy Cat to be some of our biggest contenders as far as the amateurs go here.
Oh man, the amateurs definitely having the consistency, I would bet, but it's really about the speed, right? And Elcon and Lars showing that if you don't make a mistake and you're really balls to the wall, you will get yourself a very nice time. And judging by that speed, right? Because he didn't go outside at the start, Elcon didn't. So let's see if he could get himself a nicer time this time around, or if even Zyrol could beat him. Well, no, never mind. I just jinxed him. He hit the wall and he falls down the order. But let's see if we could get ourselves a 44, because these players are definitely capable of it. Let's see if it's at all possible.
Yeah, Belingo and Kanauch, or sorry, Kanauch and Crazy Cat, two favorites, actually both bonked right at the beginning. And Elcon with the bonk as well. Lingo and Lars out in front. Byrie and Walgis, Bishamos and Frosty doing very well.
Belingo just got a 44.97. So,
oh my goodness. He's never even seen this map.
So that's really when it comes down to your preference, right? Of course, ice maps and speed tech maps, those are hard maps to get under control. But a map like this that's wide open, right? You have a lot of space to go through. It's very straightforward, even for pros, right? You could see this maybe in the blue section of the campaign, right? This could be in the blue section where, well, even the map is blue, right, on the border.
It lends itself there, yeah.
Yeah, so I do believe that's where it would land if it was in the campaign. I do see why, right? It's not the most straightforward map, right? But most pros could easily one-shot this map if they very much so wanted to, and that's exactly what Elcon, Belingo, and Lars are doing right now. As Elcon, he hits the wall. He was so far ahead. Belingo gets another 44 here. We'll know that Elcon was in for a really nice time.
And Zyril also bonked just there. And that's, I think, the real kicker here. The pros have to learn the map, get really good at it fast, and then be incredibly consistent. Meanwhile, the amateurs, they've got the muscle memory already built in. Yeah. It's so much easier for an amateur to be slower but well more consistent.
Exactly, and that's why these pros, it's looking like they're throwing it, right? Because, oh, they have the pace, they should be able to do this. Yeah, but they don't know the map. So they're trying to push as hard as they can to beat the amateurs who do know the map. And that's causing them errors. It's causing them to hit the walls like Elcon did, where he was on pace probably for a 0.6, judging how far ahead he was of Belingo, who gets a 44.91.
Yep. And then another trick here is I saw Elcon do this immediately. The lead up here on that uphill is an incredibly tricky one to manage gears for. And the way it works out, you're turning every time you're about to shift. And so you have to manage it perfectly. And Elcon instinctively understood, oh, I'm about to shift into second. I'm going to go straight here and not be turning, not lose the speed, and just immediately picked up on it. And as well, it's such a tease going up the hill. You are revving in the red in third gear, about to shift into fourth. But you can't
see Elcon swinging like he just did on that jump to land earlier. I mean, these guys, there you go, 44.6. What did I say last round? He was on pace for a 44.6, and that's exactly what he gives us. 44.66. That is beautiful out of Elcon, and it just shows you that these guys just don't know these maps. They don't need to know these maps. They just need to know the routes, and by then, just go for it, right? They absolutely, as I said earlier, balls to the wall, and
they've got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose at all, right? If you don't know the map, just go for it. And so that's exactly what Elcon's doing, Belingo's doing. These guys getting 44s. Lars is doing it as well. He got himself 2 top 2s in the first 2 rounds, despite that fact that he's never played this map. And now that he's really pushing, he's hitting the wall because they're going for all of these crazy strats, right? All the wiggling on this dirt, all of the low jumps that Elcon is going for, right? On the 2 little jumps here. He's trying to transition as perfectly as he can. Look at Elcon here. He's going to wiggle a little bit so he gets no airtime off of that little jump. It's incredible what these pros are already doing without even knowing the map. Well, the amateurs really aren't doing exactly what the pros are doing. Look at Kanoush, right? He's right behind Elcon, and yet despite that fact, Elcon comes in with a 44.46.
Holy cow, that is
Oh, my
officially
goodness.
a full second faster than auto time. Holy cow. Forza, did
It's
you
a
ever
great time out
imagine?
of Kanoosh too, right? Look at these guys. They're getting 44s now. Belingo, Wallagen, Kanoosh getting himself a 44. He's the first amateur to get himself a 44, but all these pros getting themselves 44s. They didn't need to learn the maps right away, right? They just
Oh,
instinctively looked at the map and said, okay, this is what I got to do for that. That's what I got to do for that. And instantly they could do it within 2 to 3 rounds. That's
and that's
exactly
exactly
what
what
Elcon
we
just
were
showed us.
hoping for. Exactly what we were hoping for.
I remember last year when I casted TrackMania American Open for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Carl Jr. how much he dominated
Oh, yeah.
in
No,
the
he was
first
doing
TO?
such a good job.
Okay, did you know that he didn't practice the maps whatsoever?
Whoa. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
he had world record on every map without ever practicing. I just
That's...
he when he was streaming, he was and in between matches, he would go onto the maps and say, "Okay, I don't know this map. I need to save this much time. I can see like I can save like 0.3 of a second. I want to learn how to do that." He literally did not learn the map perfectly, right? But just by going through, he was already getting the world records. And then off of those world records, he already knew, okay, I can save 0.3 here if I practice a little bit. I can save 0.5 here. So that's probably what's going through Elcon's head as well, right? As he went through that map, it was probably telling himself, oh, okay, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that if I practice this map just a little bit more, right? And so if he ever comes back to that map, right, in the next turnaround of maps, if he plays this map some more, he'll probably be even faster because that'll be in the back of his head. Okay, I could do that to be faster, I could do that to be faster, I just need to practice it a little bit.
Exactly. And this is a really interesting one. This is actually a grass full speed with a lot of tricky turnovers. And it's all about keeping your momentum. And this is where I think the pros are really going to shine in their ability to figure out this map. You can see some of them are struggling. It's, again, super awkward turnovers. And if you don't know what's coming around that corner, you're going to absolutely get railed by this map.
Oh man, let's see what these guys could do, because right now it's gonna be a rough one for sure. This map is gonna be hard for them.
And you can already see Anarchy, Knouch, Crazy Cat. We've got lots of people who have been racing on this for a while now. They're all sticking to the front.
And that's going to be tough for the pros here, because while they can keep up somewhat, they don't know the lines perfectly. And so someone like Jacoy, who's in the back here, who I was looking at, tried to go low off that jump and finds himself in, well, a very bad position. As Elcon, I mean, does he even need practice? I don't think he does. He just had one practice mode and gets himself a 46.3. Is that author time?
That is indeed author time.
Wow, Elcon.
Goodness.
You're illegal. Whatever you're doing, it's illegal. Oh, man. These guys are nuts. Why are they allowed to be this good?
I don't know. It's insane. But I think I won't be too surprised. I think I've already... Yeah, Zariel is either disconnected intentionally or unintentionally, but I'm not terribly surprised. I imagine this is going to be really frustrating for a lot of people.
Why so? What do you think? This map, you mean?
Oh, just in general, the entire competition. I was kind of the hope coming into it, especially for the people that hadn't trained. Just because...
Right, because the pros would have a hard time.
Exactly. And, of course, you've got some pros coming in, like Elcon. Oh,
Elcon
with a
bonk.
massive bonk. You're talking about consistency again.
Yeah, and it's opening the door for the amateurs, or that's what you'd hope. But right now, you can see Lars is in a big lead. Belingo right behind him in second. And so, Belingo actually in third. Potku having overtaken him. Oh, Belingo wins the round with a 47-1. That means he was on a 46 time, was Lars, until he flew up in the air and, well, found himself in Narnia.
Yeah, and this one's also pretty interesting because there's actually some alternate routes you can take. For example, on that big loop towards the end, you can either stay on the wall or you can take the loop all the way.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and then as well, I don't think anybody's going to be taking it, but there is an alternative finish as well, but it involves
Okay.
a massive jump and is by no means any faster.
All right. Understood. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe while we were developing the map, or while Warsaw was developing the map and we were testing it out, I kept saying it really feels like I want to like jump over that direction, and he just added a massive jump. It's like, okay, you can do that now if you want. Here we go. You can see Elcon going crazy high in a lot of these turns. That's all about sustaining momentum and making sure you're turning as little as possible, because the more you turn, the slower you're going to go on grass. But there is a point at which it's actually faster in the sense that you can get a speed slide.
Yeah.
You can see right here, Elcon is struggling again. He just doesn't have it quite yet. And it's super exciting to see how fast he's able to go, but he's not going to be able to get first place this round.
And it's crazy to see that, right? Where these guys are just so far off of the pace.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, oh man, it's just crazy to see these guys doing what they do. And Belingo is now the first player who's reached 100 points.
Congratulations to Belingo, man. You guys are nuts. You're all crazy. You're ridiculously good at this game.
Too good, I want to say. As some people are calling the end cut is already a thing.
I'm not terribly
they can
surprised.
replicate that. See if they can replicate that as Elcon and Chicken Run. Chicken Run known for the full speed. He loves it. Let's see if he can keep up with Elcon here, although Elcon is...
Oh, he's got a massive lead this time around.
Massive lead. And he's going to go straight for it. Full speed, balls to the wall. He's got so much velocity, and it's a 45-9.
Sub 46 time already.
That's what Elcon was looking for too, wasn't he? He was definitely searching for that. And
oh, that's insane. It's still not quite world record. World record held by Nightlight with a 45.6 or just less. But still, that's insane. Elcon has raced this, what? A total of 6 or 5 times now?
And Elcon has taken the lead.
Oh, and Elcon has overtaken officially Lingo.
Yeah. Lingo only got 2 points that round. He came in 5th place, so that only gave him 5. So these players now are gonna hopefully get to overtake him now, because that's the hope, right? That's the hope for these guys.
And coming into this, the amateurs knew the pros were just going to absolutely demolish.
Yeah.
But their only hope is basically just to make it a little bit more difficult, right? It's not about winning against Elcon. It's about being more consistent than Elcon and just making sure that Elcon has to be the best racer in the world on the server at the time. Same thing for Belingo, same thing for
world
Lars.
record.
Nice. You'll love to see it. A 45.5. Fantastic.
That's just incredible.
That is insane.
Yeah, kudos to Chicken Nugget with the awesome plugin showing everybody the world record. That's awesome.
That is sick. My game just decided to really bug out badly.
Oh, well, that's no good.
That is no good. Why would it do that? Game, why would you do this? You've been programmed amazingly. Come on.
And here we are. A more tech-oriented map, a little bit of dirt here and there. Some nice sausage sections.
If you will, yeah.
And definitely an interesting one because of some interestingly placed fragile blocks as well. But I imagine we're going to see a lot of people doing pretty well on this one.
Well, we will see. We will see.
And I wonder how many pros will go for the risky fin at the end, because it's a risky fin that you don't get often on the first try.
Well, Elcon has already gone on the inside of those pillars that are right at the beginning. So I don't know if he's going to have a hard time with this risky fin.
Let's see it. Let's see it, because obviously it is the warm-up, right? And we'll see if he doesn't like it. We'll probably see it in chat. I'm gonna be on Nightlight for this warm-up. Let's just see, because Bolingo right now is in a massive lead on this warm-up, and he's just learning the map, right?
Yeah.
And can he go for it? Oh, he crashed into the wall, and he can still go for it. This risky finish isn't hard at all. What do you mean?
Oh, but Elcon did not have the speed. He bonked on the jump into the last turn here. He's still going for it. He's going to be practicing this. He's probably not going to finish. He's just going to try and nail that landing.
Honestly, he probably... Yeah, there you go. He probably wants to know how to do that corner, and that's all he learned.
Yep.
And
but you saw him. He nailed pretty much the rest of the map.
he did. Same with Bolingo, so let's see if these guys could do it here off of the start. I do not see... Oh, I do see Elcon. There you go. Bolingo is in the melee as well, but they are not the ones currently in the lead. That is Fisher Mulsion right now, who is up in that lead.
Knausch.
Do love to see that, as Knausch takes that lead. That is beautiful.
Able
Right
to
behind
overtake
him
and
is
get some
Elcon.
distance.
Yeah. Let's see if Elcon can catch him up, though. He's only a quarter of a second behind. A few more
Ooh, and
turns
a big
left
bonk
to
from
go here.
Elcon.
And that's going to allow Knausch to really run away with this one. As Lingo tries to catch up, will he be able to in time? Oh, he does! That's a snipe out of Lingo. And they're both get a 43.
Goodness gracious. And that's author time right there already. You'll love to see it.
Already? Oh, wow.
And Lingo still, or Elcon still struggling with that last turn. He's really trying to get it. I'm sure that we're going to see it here soon. Oh, Jakoi doesn't like it.
Yeah, I love how one side says sig map, great map, and the other side is just minus minus.
Right. It's because the pros can't catch up on it, right? Already. Bolingo loves this map. Surely by his time, that just shows that he appreciates this map. It's a half tech, half dirt map. But of course, I think the fragile has a lot to do with it, right? The fragile start forces you to be very, very smooth, and the pros on the first try of asking, it's really hard to really nail that, right?
Exactly. You see Lingo out in front, Fish Emulsion right behind him. Elcon and Lars not too far behind, them both fighting for third and fourth. Let's see, can Lingo nail this turn? Fish gets a little bit of a bonk. Lingo
Look at
first
that.
by a wide margin, then Fish, Lars, Fuber, Chicken Run, and Speed Self. But look, there's Crazy Cat in 7th place, still getting some good points.
Yeah, well, 1 point for 7th place. It's the same for 27th, right? So you want top 5 for sure because you get more points there. But if you're showing up on the leaderboard, it's because your times are actually pretty good, right? Pretty darn good.
People are already asking, can we go back to the ice map?
Oh man, can we go back? The ice map was a favorite, right? It was a class favorite for sure, as Jakoi and Nightlight both hit the last little pole there on the inside. And it allows Speed Self and Elcon to be up in the lead with Bolingo right behind. Knausch trying to catch up to them. It's not going to happen. And he gets engulfed by the melee. Fuber as well is way far behind, and it just allows for Speed Self and Bolingo and Elcon to really fight for this lead, and the pros going absolutely nuts on this map. Let's see if they can get these last 2 quarters correctly here. One nice little drift, and then the last quarter here. Can they get it right? Oh, Bolingo gets it perfect. Woo! And he'll jump to the finish.
Oh, goodness gracious.
1,000th.
A single millisecond separating Elcon and Bolingo right there.
What's world record by any chance? Chicken Run, can you share that one? It is a 43.0. They are 2/10 away from world record after 3 tries of asking.
That is... You know what? We're going to have to adjust the next CrzyMan Cup to account for all of this. We're going to have to figure out.
I think the pros are a little bit too OP. How do you nerf the pros?
So the idea originally was that them not being able to train at all was going to be enough. And then as well, we're not going to give them enough time. But apparently, they need even less time than we were anticipating. But you also have to remember, we have 2 different it's a spectrum, right? We've got both ends of the pros here. We've got the highest of the high with Elcon, and then we've got your more average lay person, your average racer, but still very good. And so
like Bolingo and Speed Self, right?
Yeah, and then One Nice
pros,
Kitty
but...
as well. He's not a big name, but he has such good times consistently that he technically counted as a pro. Oh, and Elcon with a big bonk.
Never mind.
Chicken Run able to take it away from him. And Elcon not even going for points this time around, just trying to practice that last turn.
Does it really matter that much? Because of, oh yeah, there's one last round left. Let's see. Lars as well, right? We didn't talk about Lars at all because he's currently in 4th place.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds himself in a very nice situation where, I mean, as we talked, right? He's a pro, right? He used to be in TMGL.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to think of it. This guy's really top notch when it comes to driving. And he's finding himself in a situation where he's probably driving extremely casually and still in 4th place.
Oh, yeah. And he even said himself that last round, he got 3rd or 4th place, but he bonked on the fragile.
Right.
So he's making mistakes and still killing it.
And that's just the difference between the pros and the amateurs, right? Because the pros, they don't even need to play. So it feels like the maps, honestly, I think that's the biggest issue here, is the maps are not complex enough for these pros to, because all they need to do is play them once, and Bolingo could practically already get world record just off of playing these in rounds, right? He's already 0.2 off of them every single round, 3 rounds in a row. Elcon's right behind him, 2 rounds in a row there. Lars is in 3rd once again, and Crazy Cat is the first amateur technically who comes in, and he can't even get a 43 like these guys can. So,
and Cyberplayer still at the front, or still at spawn. Still at the start.
So, remember when Elcon took a 2-point lead over Bolingo? Do you remember that?
I do recall.
Yeah, Bolingo really liked this map. I just want you to look at the points. I think Bolingo really liked that map.
Oh, maybe just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Chat,
160 is pretty. You know, that 30-point lead's basically nothing.
Yeah. It's not that much, right? It's nothing big, especially when you can only win like 10 points every round.
Exactly. So here's an interesting thing. We've started back at the first map again, and we're here to keep going. I hope everybody understands that.
So if I were to do CrzyMan Cup 2, right?
Yeah.
What after what you've just seen today, what would you change? I would like to know your suggestions from what you've just seen.
So,
and what you are seeing.
I completely agree with you. We need to place a little bit more emphasis on tricky identities inside of the actual map itself.
Yeah.
I think as well we're going to have to expand outside of Warza. Warza actually supplied all of these maps. And so...
Right, so congratulate... like, honestly, it's well done, all right? All of these maps look phenomenal, right? There's nothing bad you could say about these maps.
Yeah, but we definitely need something to trip up the pros a little bit harder, or more things to trip up the pros a little bit harder. So we're going to have to design these maps with a little bit more intent on that. As well, I think that people were complaining about the point distribution. I think that is going to be a point of testing in the future. We're going to have to make sure we manage that differently. And then as well, we'll need to make sure that the number of points is about right. And, of course, the start for today's CrzyMan Cup was a little bit rough. Oh, and Stream in the chat actually brings up a really good point. This is actually CrzyMan Cup number 2.
Oh, it is? Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we actually held one about a year ago, actually. And we had a couple of not necessarily big names. I think the biggest name we had was actually Mellow J.A.
Okay, yeah, Mellow Jamaica, yeah.
Yep. So, very similar concept where it's pros versus amateurs. Amateurs get to train, pros aren't allowed.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like the concept. I do want to say though that I feel like these maps, maybe like even the warm-up round, right? Just abolish it. 5 seconds of warm-up, that's it. right? The pros get no look at the map whatsoever. Maybe that will be the biggest challenge, right? That would be an even bigger challenge if that were the case.
Yeah, I really didn't anticipate them picking it up so gosh dang quickly. You know, I knew they'd pick it up quick. I knew it would be, like, within the first so many rounds. But the question is, how many is that? For Elcon, it's 1. It's the first time. For some other people, maybe it's 3 or 5. But the whole idea is they've got to get it figured out as quickly as possible. So, definitely going to need to limit them a little bit further. But you also have to balance that with what's fun to watch. You know, if we're constantly switching between maps, only doing 1 round each time, that's not as much fun to watch.
No, of course not. It's going to be a slower as well. But I think this is very well done, where it's 5 rounds on a 30-second map. But I would say that probably have harder finishes, right? Harder finishes would likely make it so that the amateurs do win more often than not, because the pros, they'll need to learn it, and by the time that they've learned it, right, it's the end of the map.
Gotcha.
Or unless you're Elcon and you just practice it in that first round, like he was doing it. Oh man.
Yeah,
well,
completely
we're
agree.
back to Rebecca here, where I mean it's a full plastic map and a transitional plastic map. It's not something that you see very often, but often enough that both Elcon and Lars already know how to do this after 6 times of asking, right? Where
Alcom had to reset.
yeah, well Lars
He's
Knight
got a hard
also
time
had
with
to
that jump.
reset.
right. It's a map that they relatively can understand off of the bat. So
Exactly.
The maps are very simple, right? Easy to pick up if you're not a pro. But the pros, right? They could pick this up and say, "Oh yeah, I could finish this without like really hitting a wall." And then, "Oh, well, I could do a fast time. Hopefully I don't hit a wall, right?" And then after 2-3 tries, "Okay, well, I could do this fast without hitting a wall." That's normally how it comes around to it.
That's exactly what we're going to have to focus on next time around. And there's going to be a next time, I promise.
Oh, I hope so, because I do like this premise, and I think a lot of the players do as well. Obviously, the point system is very wide and should be enlarged, right? Because, well, only the top 5 are getting points, but there's 36 players in here, and how many players playing currently? I think there's just about over 30 players playing. So, of course, only having the top 5 players getting more than 1 point is a little bit rough for them, right? They're getting
I agree.
They're getting the rough end of the stick.
Exactly. And that's part of why I opened this up as much as I have. You know, the first time around, the CrzyMan Cup #1, it was actually almost exclusively the people in the chat. You know, it was a very small competition. CrzyMan Cup #2, it was more of a, okay, let's make something out of this. You know, we've already got it. We've already got the premise. Let's really lean into it. What can we make this? And so we're still learning. We're still trying to figure out and get all the rough edges off.
Are you
And
looking at
Alcon with the next WRR.
Let's go, Elcon. Goodness.
That was a really good run. Honestly, that was a superbly good run. Again, Elcon just likes this map as well. He didn't seem too into it at first, but he's learned it the best out of all the maps, and it's a map that Bolingo doesn't like too much. So it's a comeback map for Elcon. But right after this is the ice, and Elcon, despite how much ice he plays, right, and how much it's because he grinds it a bit more than the other players, right? That's why he's so fast on ice. It's not because he's exactly the fastest player on the ice, kind of like Mika is, because Bolingo, I feel like he's faster than Elcon, but he grinds stuff less, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he's just very naturally good at ice.
World record. I think Elcon wants another world record. That's a big world record.
Holy cow.
That's a big world record. That's a
What in
point
the world?
He just destroyed world record. Oh man, he's pulling a Carl Jr. He's pulling a pack right now. What he did at BIPC. Man, these guys are just smurfing at this point, right? Once they know the maps, they're just smurfing.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the trick. You know, how many maps do we need? You know, 6. I felt like that was plenty. But the point limit was 200, so the chances of us having to go back through it more than once was relatively high. And I know for sure the second time around, the pros are pretty much going to get it. The pros are pretty much going to have it in the bag the second time around. And here we go with the ice. I already know Belingo's going to be killing it.
I feel like the 30-second map's beautiful. That is the perfect length, right? Because it's not too much for the amateurs to remember, and it's not too hard for the pros to pick up as well, right? Because they can easily pick it up with a bit of time and come to terms with it. But if a map is too hard or too long, right, it's going to take longer for them to learn it, and it's going to also leave the amateurs to make more mistakes with time. Even if they practice a lot, they could make big mistakes because of the longer map.
And it's really interesting. You can just tell in the in-game chat, this is the most divisive map, apparently. It is definitely one where people are either heaven or hell, as far as their opinions go.
Yeah.
It is just insane. And then another really interesting fact, this actually used to have a massive cut on it. So while we were training, I believe it was in between. So as you start, you go around the first turn, you can actually cut the entire second ice turn. And it saves, it saved, I think, half a second nearly. It was a massive cut on a 30-second map. And
Right,
so,
exactly. So you put a checkpoint at the start, I'm guessing?
No, we actually didn't add any checkpoints.
I just put rocks in the way, because when I knew it would be possible to just drive over there, but I hadn't anticipated how much it really saved at the start, until I can't remember who it was really grinded it until he said, yeah, this is way faster.
So instead of taking this turn, there's actually a shortcut through there that he placed a bunch of rocks on.
All right, okay, I see it. As Jacoy, ooh, he's looking pretty spicy on this one. He wants to get the first place, and he will
gonna be close.
not get sniped by Alcon. That is very
wow! It's 1/100th of a second difference, though. That's ridiculously close. And it looks like Lingo lost just a little bit of time, going a little too wide there at the finish.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Nightlight. He's right there with them as well, right? Another 100th of a second behind. Oh, actually, a little less. 8,000ths of a second behind Alcon. So he nearly caught up to Alcon, who slammed into the finish there.
Exactly, and you can see Nightlight. He's up there too. Like, definitely not up in the territory of Belingo with 185 or Elcon with 165, but Lars only has 110, and Nightlight has 100.
And he's definitely going to fight Lars for this. And I mean, Lars, not too good on the ice, and we see Alcon, he practically resets already. So Belingo resets. So Alcon up into a big lead. Let's see if he can keep it. Let's see if he can finish with style. A nice inside, and it's a 28-1. That's the fastest time we've seen in these rounds.
And we were talking about it. We were pretty sure by the end of this competition, we were going to see somebody in 27, getting some 27 times. And I think Elcon is a prime candidate for that strictly by this metric. Holy cow.
Definitely, as Belingo is now 2 rounds away if he wins this one. If he wins one more round, right? If he wins this next round, he will be surely finalist mode by the end of the next one, because it's only 1 point afterwards. World record is, a 28-1-5 by Nightlight, so Elcon nearly got world record on that again.
It's almost to be expected at this rate, you know? It's of course.
Oh yeah, it's his 7th time trying the map. He's got to get world record on it.
And it's kind of funny.
Not this time. Lingo with a good run.
Oh. Wait, and Jacoy can actually catch up to him. Let's see who gets inside
right
line.
Behind. Can you take the inside turn, Nightlight? Whoa!
Oh.
Stealing it away from Belingo.
Nice job by Nightlight there.
Yes! And that's what I love to see. Nightlight technically counts as an amateur here.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, he's pretty good, but he's not the best player out there, right? Obviously.
No.
More of a casual player. You see him sometimes here and there, but.
Exactly.
He does have world record here.
And there it is. Lingo is only 5 points away. There is a ridiculously good chance that he is about to go into finalist mode. This is his to lose right here.
Right? It is his to lose, but with Alcon only 22 points behind, right? All it takes is for Alcon to win 3 rounds in a row, and he's won it, right? He's stolen it from Belingo as, well, Takeo goes taking himself out of this round. Alcon goes down the order And that's going to allow Speed Self to win this round, I do believe. Will he go through?
Hako,
No!
maybe?
Hako is going to overtake him.
Oh, and that prevents Belingo from getting it. And Elikon comes in and
Yeah.
snipes it away as well.
One more round left, and, well, now with Belingo, with all he needs is a top 5 at this point, right? All he needs is 2 points.
Exactly.
And he'll get himself at the finalist. Elikon inching ever so closer himself. He's 18 points away. Lars and Nightlight, it's not really their maps, right? Nightlight, he does have world record, but not consistent on this map as the others are.
Belingo only 2 points away. Oh, it's insane.
You love to see it, though.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, here we go. Belingo out in front with a really nice starting turn. A couple of people like Elikon catching up and giving him a run for his money.
Oh, and Jakoi going more inside. He lost the speed, though, by going on the snow. Can Elikon beat world record here? Can he get the inside line? Oh, he definitely does not, so he's going to be very slow at the exit. Had he nailed that exit,
Man.
that last turn, that would have been world record. Oh, bad. I think he's going to be mad about that one. He definitely could have gotten it.
Oh, yeah. That is absolutely for sure. That's insane. And he got a 28-2, and he whiffed the finish.
You know, it's crazy when someone wins by that much, and you're like, oh, man, he just missed world record, right? You know that he can do it. That's the crazy thing. As Belingo gets finalist, Elikon's only 8 points away, so if he wins this first round here, we're going to have a double finalist situation.
I'm excited for it. And we're getting off of the map that Belingo was strongest on as well.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a hard time catching up on this speed tech. And there he goes in the chat as well, cursing up a storm.
Yeah, this is the map that he's liked the least. It's the only map he hasn't won a round on. And Elikon won a few times on this one.
Sure did.
So he knows he's in trouble. It's not his map style. He really needed to win it on that ice map. And sadly, we're on to the speed tech, which is a complete polar opposite of ice. Right? The skill needed for ice is completely different than the skill needed for speed tech.
Absolutely. Now, you can maybe do some crossover on dirt with ice, but speed tech it's just a different beast. You know, you gotta try all of the different styles, and it's just one of those they're just nearly incompatible. But it's a beautiful map. The drifting and getting yourself lined up for just the right run. Oh, and Belingo getting really close. Let's see how they manage on this uphill drift.
Don't pull his Zapdos now.
Oh, man. I don't know. Belingo's doing really good.
I know. Oh, my goodness. He'll be kicking himself. He's had such a good time on this warm-up. Oh, no.
Watch it. And you gotta understand, he has to keep doing it, too.
Right. He needs to do that again. And knowing Belingo, now he's got so much pressure on himself. What's his reaction going to be here? I do want to spectate him. I want to see him. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. He's going to fight up with Fuber and with Speed Self in the lead right now.
Oh, and they're taking it from him. Getting some good turns
they're
here.
trying to take it. Oh, but he's going to take the lead so close to the wall. Speed Self stays ahead of him. Can he get ahead of Speed Self? Because that's really the important one. Nightlight comes out of nowhere.
What in the world? Oh, and he bounks! No!
He had so much speed. He full sped through there. As Belingo, he's still behind Speed Self. He needs first. Cannot and does not need second position. Chicken Run will overrate.
No!
They're tied!
They're tied.
Oh, wow.
Woo! Way to go, Chicken Run. Holy cow.
Oh, man. People still believe that the name is what gives you the advantage for ties. I still don't know what gives you the advantage for ties. I still have to believe that there are other numbers below the third one.
I just can't imagine. You know, it's so hard to figure that out. And guys, if you want the opportunity to help contribute to any of the pools we have,
yes.
Okay, there's a Ko-fi link in the chat right now. What you can do is you can go click on that. It brings you to my shop. There's two options. You can either split it 50-50 between the prize pool going to all of the players and the charity
Belingo
pool, or you can go straight everything to the charity pool. And if Belingo wins, I believe that his charity is Team C's, so we will see. But he is not getting it this time around.
No, he's clipped into the wall. Speed Self, though, wants to stay ahead of Elcon. If Elcon wins this round, he's also going to be finalist. They're head to head. Oh, but Speed Self just barely takes it ahead of Elcon. Behind Nightlight is Nightlight, and Fish Mulcion is also right behind. That is fourth for him. Lars in fifth. That is an insane round there.
Holy cow.
Nightlight
man.
just tied with Lars now. And Elcon is missing 1 point for finalist.
Goodness gracious. That's insanely
insane.
close.
We're probably going to see double finalist mode after next round, unless Belingo manages to get first place, and what he would need to do is beat both Elcon and Speed Self to the finish here. Nightlight also has a great time on this. Let's see if he's able to get himself a hunted time. But right now, Elcon and... Oh, no, he's hit the wall, and I do not see Belingo anywhere in that top.
Pressure is just intense. And Elcon pulling out where everyone bonks. The insane consistency. And Crazy Cat's right behind him, though.
Oh, can they keep second? No. Overtaken by Chicken Run. Chicken Run, very good player when it comes to speed as well. So Elcon wins. It didn't really matter. All he had to do was finish this round.
Exactly.
But more of a rubbing it in your face sort of move there. Chicken Run gets second. Really good out of him. And now it's good lucks in chat because there are 2 rounds left here. And if Elcon or Belingo win either of them, they will win. How many did you say? Was it $50 to the charity of their choice?
$50 to the charity of their choice, unless someone comes in and starts donating some more. Otherwise, it is going to be a $10 first place prize to them and $50 to their charity of choice.
All right. That's awesome. I'm sure all the players love to hear that.
Looking good.
Look at Belingo. He's up in the lead, and
no,
it's the
wall. The bag. Oh.
That was it. And that could have been it. But Chicken Run was right on his tail. So was Crazy Cat. Crazy Cat and Chicken Run fighting for that lead. Speed Self might come in here. And, Elcon as well. Speed Self is now going to be in second. But Chicken Run, what a time out of him. It's not world record. It's not even close, but
it's still awesome.
Such a good time.
You'll love to see it.
Oh, man. These players are cursing up a storm as well, right? Because they know.
Yeah. They just want it. And that's exactly what we wanted out of this, is for people to just get the finalist mode and then keep having it taken away from them.
And this allows for Lars and Nightlife in the back to have a bit more of a fight, as they're pretty tied up there. And everyone else in behind, right? Speed, Self, Jakoi, Potku, right? These guys are all going to be playing for the positions, even though only the podium positions are going to be seen, right, as winners, right? Still, where you finish at the end is still going to be shown.
Oh, Elcon bonked.
Elcon bonked, and Belingo is in 5th as Fuber hits the wall. So now Belingo, he's up into second position even. Let's see it. Can Belingo overtake Chicken Run? Because Chicken Run right now is all that separates him and a win. Will Chicken Run throw this away for Belingo? Where's the PayPal in his account?
Catching up.
No, it's not.
Oh, goodness. And guys, I want to make a big announcement. Aquabox, thank you so much for donating $20 straight to the charity pool. Guys, we are up to $70 for charity here.
Belingo's asking Chicken why he didn't crash. I love being able to read in French. So PK means pourquoi, which is why in French, and tapa, which means you didn't.
Oh.
So why didn't you crash?
Oh my goodness. But here we are. This is definitely going to be an opportunity for Belingo. He's got a decent run, but Elcon was getting world record on this one, as I recall.
Yeah, he was, and oh man, Belingo was also pretty fast on it, right? So don't forget, this is also a Belingo map. So again, we see a double finalist mode where we can get a lot of stuff done. Don't mind the sound alert. I just wanted 669 points.
Oh.
Points. I just thought that was a great idea. I don't know why.
Well, I appreciate it. And hello to you there. Or hello there to you as well.
Hello to everyone in chat, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and warm up. Belingo having a nasty drop down, but that's okay, because you know what? It's just a warm up.
It's just a warm up. I mean, it's more than just a warm up for a lot of these players, right? This
is an opportunity.
This is an opportunity, once in a lifetime. Let's get this money out to whichever charity of
Mom's
these guys
spaghetti.
choosing, right? What is Elcon's charity? Just to
Here,
know.
let me give it a quick look, because now that he's up there as well.
Yeah.
Let's see, Elcon. He actually signed up this morning. Funny enough, we actually had. Oh my goodness, how many signups did we have this morning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 signups this morning.
Oh man.
Oh, and that's actually funny. So Belingo is signed up for Team Tree. Or wait, no, Team C's.
Team C. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's the same. They're both actually here for Team C's.
Okay, so it's going to the same charity pretty much, right?
Pretty
we both know that it's going under the name, under Team C's, but which one is it going to go to, right? Is it going to be under Belingo's name or Elcon's name? Let's see it. As Elcon right now up into a big lead. You can see it. Oh, he's going for it. Lars is right behind him, and Belingo's nowhere to be seen. He's in the melee in behind. Elcon in a big lead, and you can see the little wiggles he does. He's going for maximum speed, maximum efficiency. Can he get another world record on this map? He will win. He'll get Team C's $50, and he gets himself a world record.
It's up to $70 now. Holy cow!
Up to $70, and it goes to Team C's under the name of Elcon, double N21.
All right, guys, but don't stop now. We still need a second place.
Yes, and what do you get at second place? I remember you telling me about this. There was something about second place. Does anyone remember what second place gets you?
It's about $5.
It's a nice crisp. What is that in USD? What's on the money? What's on the $5?
Oh, I have absolutely no clue. It's some president's face, probably.
You know what? It's not always presidents, because like on the Canadian dollar, right? The Canadian $20 bill is the Queen.
Oh, fair. Which is
Right?
weird,
So
you know. It's not their queen.
Right. Well, no. We still see her as our queen because Canadians are weird that way. We still have her on the back of all of our coins as well. So think of that as you will. Speed Self and Crazy Cat right now are in the lead, trying to catch up to the podium position. Whoa, Speed Self, what did he do?
Woo.
He completely just
Flying
lost
off to the
control.
side.
Crazy Cat and Fish are trying so hard to win this round. For bragging rights, it's going to go to Crazy Cat.
Very
no one
good.
can even come close to the times of Elcon, though.
Oh, man. But hey, now that he's out of the way, people have the opportunity to come in.
Definitely. And you can see, it's really a fight for third place, right? That's the biggest fight. We saw Elcon Belingo fight for that top spot. Belingo, I mean, he's going to get himself a crisp $5 bill. I don't doubt that, right? Unless he were to disconnect and then completely lose it, right? At that point, it would either go to Lars or Nightlight. And at that point, probably Nightlight, because he's the only amateur that's got over 100 points at this point, right? Actually, from first all the way down to 8th, there's only 2
Exactly.
amateurs. Crazy Cat and Nightlight.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everyone's ideas about the repartitioning. It's definitely worth adjusting how the points are given out. I think that getting first place is a little bit too OP compared to how many people we've got racing right now.
Oh, definitely. And the point system as well. Maybe a little bit of a revamp, right? Maybe
exactly.
One extra. Oh, poor Belingo fighting himself in second place again.
Yeah, with nearly a 45 flat though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not world record, right?
No.
I wish Elcon was still allowed to race, just so we could see what kind of a time he could get. But I actually, hopefully, he opens up his stream and just starts grinding the maps, right, to try and get the lowest time possible on these maps.
Defund, thank you so much for an additional donation. Thank you guys.
Oh,
let's see. What are we up to
How much
now?
is it?
Come
How
on,
much is it up
let me
to?
see.
How much money is Elcon
Whoa!
going to be given?
And we've got Vanilla Cookie adding $15 to the charity pool, and Defund
awesome.
adding $29 to the charity pool.
Oh, that's awesome to hear.
You'll
Oh, man.
love to see it. That's going to be quite a bit of money. And it's funny, nobody's given to the prize pool at all.
Oh, no, because Team C's is something awesome, right? Everyone knows about Team C's as Bolingo. He's in the lead, and he looks like he's poised to take second place. There you go.
There it is.
Bolingo finally gets second place. GG's to him, and now it's all down to the last podium position.
$5 or the equivalent.
Yeah. Does he get to give anything, or is it just Elcon giving to the charity of his choice?
So it was just going to go to first place person's charity, and
Right.
I wasn't planning on splitting up the charity pool.
But with both of them having the same charity,
It just coincidentally going there, but it will be under Elcon's name.
okay.
Let's see,
Obviously,
now that
we're going to explain the reason why. So anyone who just has tuned in, right? Whoever has won, which is now obviously have been known as Elcon, his charity of choice was Team C's, and that's what we're going to be donating to. All the not the entire prize pool, right? But whatever.
So there's a
you
prize
guys wanna
pool and there's a
donate.
charity pool. There's two different pools. The entirety of the charity pool goes to him, and at this point, I've lost track. It was 50, somebody added 20, then it was 70, somebody added 15, then it was
29, 85 plus 29. That's 114.
let's
right?
go.
So,
Over
that's a
$100 going to Team C's.
oh, that's awesome.
And for you guys that don't know what Team C's is, basically for every dollar donated, because it's giving at scale, they're able to take 1 pound of garbage, plastic garbage, out of the ocean. It's an amazing cause. We absolutely need to hop on this. And even though, in the grand scheme of things, it may not be the biggest drop in the bucket, it's important that we show everyone, especially our governments and our politicians, that this matters to us. That we, the people, we really want to take care of our planet. And that we can't just keep destroying it.
Right? Same thing with trees, right? Team Trees, I do
Team
believe
Trees.
they're still taking donations from that. Every dollar you give to Team Trees is a tree planted, and they're still going strong at it, apparently.
Yep. Oh, and another donation.
Oh.
Faster, donating $5 to the charity pool.
Oh, man. So the players are getting nothing, right? It's all to the charity.
Yeah, it's all the charity.
I love your stream shot. I haven't come to your streams before, but man, these guys are wholesome. What a wholesome community.
Hey, that's exactly what we're all about. If you look at the description under my thing, the entire reason I started trying to stream was because I was lonely and I wanted some friends. I was just not having a good time. And then I found the people here. I always knew TrackMania had the best community of all of the online games. So I knew that as long as I were to come here, I'd have a wonderful group of people. And Faster, there is a prize pool for winners. It's just much smaller than the prize pool for the charity.
I do believe it was $15 in total, right?
So it's $15, or sorry, how to best to phrase it? It's $30 total.
Okay.
Some of that goes to first and second place, and some of that goes to the best and second best amateurs. So amateurs are getting money no matter what, no matter how they place.
Gotcha.
But it's because it's currently $30 total. It's $10 to Elcon, $5 to Bolingo, and then whoever the best amateur is going to be, because Nightlight he's pushing. He may just make it there.
He'll get 15, from what I understand. Okay, and
he'll get 10, and then second best will get 5.
So Crazy Cat's looking like that second place, but Potku could actually overtake. Fish could also overtake. So both of these guys are gonna try and overtake. Jacoy is a pro, correct? I believe.
I believe Jacoy is signed up as a pro. Yes.
So yeah, it's really a fight between Crazy Cat and Potku for the final second position as amateur, right?
Exactly, but we will be stopping the game as soon as we get third place, at which point I'm going to screenshot the heck out of the leaderboard so I don't lose it.
Right. I don't know. I think it's F12 for Ubisoft Connect.
Oh, okay,
for
that's fair.
screenshots. So if you want to just take it directly from there instead of taking snip, you know,
Fair enough.
just,
Fair enough.
you could try F12 right now. Just press your F12 key. Does it take a picture?
You know what? Let's do it. Screenshot saved. Awesome. All right, and
All right.
I heard another notification.
Ooh, okay.
Guys.
So, oh.
Wait, what? Holy cow! Hold on.
What just
We've
happened?
got a bunch of donations. Twits with $5 to the charity pool. Mystery with $20 to the charity pool. Faster Factor splitting up $15, 50% between the charity pool and the prize pool. I'm going to have to do some math now. Gosh dang it.
Oh no! What's going on here? Actually, just tell me, how much was added?
Okay.
We're at 114. So right after the 29, tell me what the donations are.
We've got $5 from Faster Faster.
119.
$5 from Twits.
124.
$20 from Mystery.
144.
And then $7.50 from Faster Faster.
150. 150.
Holy cow!
That is a triple up from where we were about 10 minutes ago.
Holy cow, you guys! I love it. And you can see everybody. There's two different routes now, and lots of people are taking. It's either you stay on the wall or you go around the loop. And Speed Self is nailing it now that Elcon and Belingo are out of the way.
Oh man, and players are gonna be hunting this afterwards, right? Which is a good thing to hear, because these players, it seems like they're having fun on these maps, right? Even the pros are having fun. Elcon's sticking around, so is Belingo, right? They want to see this. They want to see who wins.
Exactly.
They're enjoying this, as Lars is also enjoying this map a lot. Unlike Nightlife, who is now falling down the order a bit from where he was. He was so up close there with Lars, but once Lars had Belingo and Elcon out of the way, now he's the one really winning the rounds, along with Speed Self. Although Crazy Cat is not catching up to him, so it's still looking likely like he will win first place for the amateurs.
Exactly. Guys, by the way, I'm just blown away at your generosity. It's insane. You guys are crazy. I love it. And thank you so much for giving to charity, being a part of this competition, and just having some fun. You know, it's a fun cup, but we're trying to use our powers for good here. That's thank you for the follow.
Nightlife was on for 2 points there. He was in 5th. He'll end up in 50. He was just backing up very,
he's got the time.
He had the time, but he bonked on a tree right at the end there. Around that little bush, around that corner. He corner cut just a little too much, and that's what happens. Oh man, but look at that. All 5 pros that are still racing, or that are at the top end, they're all the ones who got top 5 there. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to see.
Oh yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. You see, we've got Elcon and Lingo finished quite a while ago, but Lars still has 30 points to go, and then there's going to be Speed Self, who's got 65 points to go nearly. So it's going to be really interesting. I definitely think that spreading out the points in the next time is going to make this a lot closer.
True. I mean, the points were pretty spread out. If they were closer, the point system, then you'd be like right now. It's very, very good to be in the top 3 because you get 10, 6, 4.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, it doesn't really matter too much. Potku getting 3 points, let's say, in this round, does help him out a bit, right? But
exactly
won't really help him catch up to Nightlight that quickly because he's behind by so much.
We're going to have to revamp that. We're going to have to make that a lot more even, a lot less harsh.
What if there were, let's say, 40 players, right? So, first place gets 40 points, then 39, 38, 37, right? All the way down. At that point, what would happen is that even though you're in 20th place, right? You'd still have half the points of first place. So, it's not really rewarding to the first place player. So, it's got to be, like, somewhere in between, where you got to reward the fastest players, of course, but you also cannot punish players who are like in the top 10, because right now they're getting just as many points as, let's say, someone in the bottom 20.
Exactly. Also, faster, faster. Thank you for your subscription, man. I really appreciate it. All of that money that you guys give in your subscriptions, it goes straight back into some of this. I have to pocket a little bit of it, but I try to budget for doing plenty of these sorts of things. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And if I'm not mistaken, I just heard another donation notification.
Oh, we were at 150, 150. Last count.
Holy cow! Vanilla Cookie with a $50 donation? We're up to $200!
We're up to 201.50, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! At this rate, we can reach some of the funny numbers if we keep going like this.
All right, guys. Lars is getting
chat
close.
is too wholesome to. Your chat is way too wholesome to make funny number donations, though.
Oh no, you don't. No, they will totally do funny number donations.
No. They won't do funny number donations, right? You guys are incapable of doing funny number donations. You guys are way too wholesome.
Well, listen, wholesome doesn't mean family friendly necessarily.
I mean, you're trying to keep it at that point right now, right? You're trying to keep it family friendly, of course, but funny numbers is fun.
Funny numbers is good.
I mean, cursing comes if you're a rare cursor, right?
Oh yeah.
It brings more punch, right? When you do actually say.
Exactly. Much more depth to a curse.
Right. So you know that meme where like, oh, it's a PG-13 movie. You only have one swear where you put it, right?
Exactly.
That's a massive punch to the gut, right? The one swear that you have in the entire movie, it's right there. And it's very memorable for most people, right? Like
exactly.
In the Titanic, you don't have the swear, right? Instead, you spend it on a painting scene instead. But everyone remembers the painting scene, right?
Fair enough.
I'm not going to say why, but a lot of people remember the painting scene.
Exactly.
It's very memorable.
And that's exactly what we're going for. Yeah. And Google, yes, we have to get to the third winner. Right now, Lars is looking like a favorite for it. He's only 25 points away, and then he has to win. But he's definitely been doing so well, I think he'll be able to do it. Speed Self is right behind him at 150 points. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch up fast enough. We will see. And then Nightlight, an amateur nonetheless, is doing a great job.
It's definitely skewed towards the pros, right? Despite all the practice that these amateurs have had, they just don't have the little tricks that the pros have, right?
Yeah.
The little wiggling you can do on dirt, or what we saw in the other map, where Elcon was absolutely dominating, where he won, right? Where he was doing little wiggles and optimizing how he jumped, right? It's as if we were playing AO1 speed runs at this point, right? Where you're trying to land as early as possible. That's exactly what he was doing. So, these amateurs, right? You can practice as much as you want, but Speed Self, right, will show us how it's done, as he's going to win this round with a very low jump. And gets himself
Speed Self. Cutting it a little close there.
Ah. We're 0.15 away.
From world record?
Yeah. He's 0.15 away.
Holy cow. But you have to look. Nightlight is the guy that has the world record right now.
Yeah, but world record isn't pace, right? These guys are doing it off of pace. And that's the difference between the pros and the amateurs, I do want to say, right? Like, the amateurs are capable of fast times, but they're going to crash a lot getting those fast times, right? They're going to... There's going to be a lot of mistakes. Meanwhile, the pros, normally, their fastest times are also their pace, right? You just remove 1/10 from their hunt times, and normally that's their actual pace on a map. It's really crazy to think how fast they are.
And that's exactly what we were trying to get, is just that fast, consistent time. But I was not anticipating the pros just being that much better, being able to achieve that much better of a time. Oh, and Speed Self with a massive bonk in that turn. Lars going to get out in front, going to take away. As long as he can manage the good turn. And here we go. And there it is. Oh, a little bit of a jump. Chicken Run catching up, but not quite enough. Hey, and Fish Emulsion in third place, and Takeo in fourth.
Last
awesome
now with the
Takeo.
finalist.
Yeah, that's finalist for Lars and Takeo. I think that's his first top 5.
Congratulations to Takeo. Good job, bud.
Oh man, he took out the trash that time around. That is great from him. A clean lap? No one really got a clean lap that time around. You can see only 3 players with 44. And Lars getting himself that 43. Well, let's see if anyone can get the 42 now. On what could be the last round here. As long as Lars doesn't finish in first, we keep on going at this time.
Exactly. It's his to lose right now.
Chicken Run just said in chat, time to deny it for 9 rounds.
Yes!
Well, let's see if he's capable of doing it, because he's behind by a lot. Really, the closest is Speed Self. Nightlight is right there as well.
Oh, but Crazy Cat. Oh, and Lars with a big block on that last turn. Speed Self taking first place, and Takeo up in second.
Let's see, can Takeo stay up into second? He can stay in the podium for sure, unless he makes a massive mistake as Chicken Run tries to overtake him. It's not going to happen. He's even going to get second place. Oh, what a time
go Takeo! Holy cow! He just came out of nowhere from behind, getting second place. My guy, let's go.
And despite Lars' massive error, he still gets third.
You know, it just happens.
Yeah, definitely just happens. Just a little whoopsie moment, right? And you lose a whole second.
Oh, yeah. Aquabox voting for Takeo as the third winner. You know what? If he can pull it off.
Maybe. Because let's see where he is currently. Takeo is in 24th. He's got 50 points.
50 points?
Right?
He only has 150 more points to get.
Right. he could definitely win 15 rounds in a row to get himself finalist and then another one for 16. Right?
What was that word?
Easy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say the same.
Oh, okay.
But
oh, come on.
But this
Lars?
one looks like Lars got it if it doesn't bong at the end.
Let's
Oh my
see
gosh, Takeo overtaking Speed Self.
Oh, and Takeo's actually half a second behind Lars. If Lars does a small mistake here, it could be Takeo's to win.
Oh, but Takeo
Lars
bumped.
doesn't bonk. It's looking
And there it is.
good. Nice.
GG's to everyone.
Nice.
And to absolutely no one's surprise, Elcon got first and Lingo got second. As far as the amateurs go, Nightlights was the best and Paco was right behind him. After talking to all of them, Elcon got 2 gifted subs and the rest went to charity. Lingo got a gifted sub to someone else's stream. Nightlights actually opted to have all of his donated to the charity. And then Paco, after trying desperately to get my PayPal account sorted out, he just decided to have all of his donated as well. But I had already jumped the gun and donated all of the other stuff, so like technically speaking, we did raise more than $270. I was like, it's okay. Woo! But hey man, thank you guys so much for joining us today. It has been an absolute pleasure not only watching you guys do an amazing job racing, but also have that pleasure go to charity. We raised over $200 for charity today. In like the last little couple of seconds of the map, it was insane. There's going to be more charity events coming up. We've already gotten a couple under our belt. This isn't the first one. And so I'm really excited to see what you guys are capable of. You always surprise me, and I always love you for it.